Planning, reported by Mr. Marvin Marquez, Ms. Natasha May D. CABALI, and Mr. Chrysley A. Perez.
Planning is a logical and systematic approach of formulating the objectives, program policies, producers, projects, and rules and regulation, and other types of plans. Planning is the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. It is the first and foremost activity to achieve desired results. It involves the creation of maintenance of a plan, such as psychological aspects that require concept skills. Planning is also a management process, concerned with defining goals for a company's future direction and determining the mission and resources to achieve those targets. To meet objectives, manager may develop plans such as business plan or a marketing plan.
Nature of planning. Contribution to purpose and objectives. Planning is required to facilitate accomplishment of business purposes and objectives. Meaning, planning is a tool which makes actions easier to do. It helps in managing and finishing tasks properly. Planning as the first basic function. Planning is logically performed before the execution of all other managerial functions. This is the first thing to do before anything else. There's a saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It means that without planning first, you'll accomplish little or no significant. Planning as a function of all managers. One manager may do more planning than that of another, or the planning of one manager may be more basic and applicable to a large portion of the business than that of another. For managers, their plans can affect a large or small portion of their department. They can have different sets of plans at the same time. Planning for efficient organization. The efficiency of a plan is evaluated by the amount it contributes to purpose and objectives as offsets by the expenses and other things required to formulate and implement by it. A plan's effectiveness depends upon how much it contributes to finishing a goal and how little its negative factors like cost, time, and constraint and other things affect the goal. Planning at various management levels. Strategic planning for top management. The process of determining the major goals of the organization and the policies and strategies for obtaining and using resources to achieve those goals. In the top management, you need to know what the main goals are in your organization and know your policies and strategies in getting resources like manpower, raw materials, research data, and other things to do your goal. Second, intermediate for intermediate planning for middle management. Contributes that subunits can make with allocated resources, meaning people under you have been given the resources and it's up to them to contribute to the organization. Third, planning, operational planning for lower management. Determining how a specific task can be accomplished on time with available resources, meaning you need to know what task can be done before the deadline with the resources at hand. The planning process. First, setting the organizational, divisional, or unit goals. The setting of goals provides an answer. You need to know what you need to accomplish, that is, your goal. Second, developing strategies or tactics to reach goals, meaning know what strategies and tactics that are effective in doing your goal. Strategy and tactics. A strategy is a course of action aimed at ensuring that the organization will achieve its objectives. Other term, the master plan. Tactic, a short-term action by management to adjust to negative or external influences. Other term, used when faced with difficulty. Third, determining resources needed. Determining the human and non-human resources required by such strategies or tactics. It answers the question, what tangible things do you need to reach your goal? And lastly, setting standards. Measuring devices designed to help monitor the performance of people, capital, goods, or processes. Meaning, this is like a progress report. You need to know what and who is improving or not.
A marketing plan is a comprehensive document or a blueprint that outlines the advertising and marketing efforts for the coming year. It describes business activities involved in accomplishing specific marketing objectives within a set of time frame. Next is production planning. Production planning is the planning of production and manufacturing modules in a company or in the industry. It utilizes the resource allocation of activities of employees, materials, and production capacity in order to serve different customers. Next is financial meaning. A financial plan is a comprehensive evaluation of an individual current pay and future financial state by using current known variables to predict future income, asset values, and withdrawals plans. Next is a strategic plan, human resource planning. A human resource planning is a process that identifies current and future human resources needs for an organization to achieve the goal. Human resource planning should serve as a link between human resource management and the overall strategic plan of an organization. Next one is the last, strategic plan. Strategic plan is organization process of defining its strategy or direction and marketing decision on allocating its resource to pursue this strategy. It may also extend to control mechanism for guiding the implementation of the strategy.
Plans with time horizon. There are two types of plan horizons, long-term plans and short-term plans. With their names, they are both self-explanatory, so no further explanations required.
There are two types of plans, standing plans and single-use plans. A standing plan is a business plan that is intended to be used many times. It is designed to guide managerial decisions and actions that tend to be recurring. It is used over a long period, sometimes indefinitely, and is altered as circumstances change. In general, standing plans contain rules, policies, and procedures that define actions to take in certain situations or actions that must be completed to accomplish a particular goal. Policies. They indicated what is permitted and what is not permitted. Procedures are series of related steps expressed in chronological order for a specific purpose. Rules require specific and indefinite actions for a given action. Example of standing plan are the Handbook of Employee and a Conduct Policy. Single-use plan. It is known as a specific plan. It is used for non-recurring, one-time situation in business. A single-use plan is meant to solve one particular problem and then be discarded. The single-use plan becomes obsolete after its intended and specific use. An advertising campaign for a new product, launch, or an integration plan for a recent merger or acquisition are examples of a single-use plan.